Hi everyone, it's Diane Evans with stampinwithdiane.com. I'm an independent Canadian Stampin' Up demonstrator here in the interior of British Columbia. So if this is you're returning and watching my videos, I really do appreciate that. And if it's the first time for you, welcome. I'm so glad that you have found me. Make sure that you have subscribed to my YouTube channel, which is just right down below here. And also make sure that you've given StreamYard permission in order to um, given them permission in order to show your name. So welcome. It's Saturday. It's my card sketch. Hello, Betty. Oh my goodness. Well, Betty, you have warmer temperatures than we do because you're saying it's -7. It's -9 the last I looked, and I don't know what it feels like, but a little tiny bit of snow, but it's that dry snow, so it's not so bad. In any event, welcome to Card Sketch. This is Card Sketch number 145. Um, I can't believe I've been doing this for 145 weeks. That's almost amazing, isn't it? In any event, I do enjoy doing card sketches. One way that I do, Sandy says, minus anything is too cold for her. But you live on the island or down at the coast, so that's why you have milder temperatures than what we do. In any event, let's get on to our card sketch. So it's card sketch number 144. Oops, not 144. I apologize. That happens to be, and I'm going to change that right now. It is card sketch number 145. And if I don't change that, people are going to get a little mixed up, but it is 145. All right, so let's just show that part again. There we go. Awesome. Let's get going. Oh my goodness. In any event, so let's get on down to our desktop here. Easy sketch, but always when I do my sketches, I make a card first and I say, oh, that'll work for a card sketch. So I had actually done this card quite a while ago, and I had used it for a swap that I was in. But in any event, this is the simple card sketch, regular card base. I usually use a regular card base. I know when I'm uploading to my Facebook group now, I've noticed that I've done a few slimline cards. I try not to. It did say it's 145 though. It really is 145. I switched that around. I did that actually while we were on here. In any event, this is 145. Regular card basis. I'll get back on track. Regular card base. Oh my goodness, you guys, don't mix me up. In any event, all right. So regular card base. I have a piece here that's 3 by 3 3/4, and I'll go and I'll show you that. One thing I do want to mention is we are on the final countdown to celebration ending. Celebration ends on the 28th, which is Tuesday, and then we get to look forward to online exclusives, which I'm pretty excited about, I must say. In any event, there's a couple of kits that are available there. There's some ribbon. These punches, great deal on these punches because you figure they're $26. And then, of course, you have some embossing folders and these mats. Remember on Thursday, I showed this Enjoy the Journey Designer Series paper. Oh my goodness, you guys. That has hooked me on to this particular, the bundle. Now, another thing that was added, and I really have to point this out, is the Eden's Garden bundle. If you don't have it, that's a level 2, and it's a great bundle that has beautiful frames in it. And honestly, it has some beautiful images on it as well. And of course, the join special with boho blue cut and emboss, the mini cut and emboss. Excellent deals. Make sure you check out the website and see what everything is involved there. All right, so let's get going on to card sketch number 145. In any event, I am using Share a Milkshake. Like I said, I used this one for a swap that I was in, and it was lots of fun to do, and I wanted to share that with you because I don't share things until everybody in the card swap has gotten it. So, okay, so we're using this. It has some dies that go with it. It has actually, there's 12 different dies that go with it. Really nice. You can do like, I'm going to do a float, ice cream float sort of idea is what my thought is. I guess I could have done like an ice cream parfait thing, but I'm using this parfait one. So let's get going on that. Another thing is you can get that sugar cone die and make your own ice cream out of that. And I really like this lattice on there as well. So I'm going to come in. We're going to put this just over here. Very simple card, showing a lot of, just a lot of texture on this particular card. I've cut this piece 4 1/4 by 11, and I've scored it at 5 1/2. And then I'm just going to go in and let's just do a bone fold. Good morning, everyone. All right. So we have that going like that. Like I say, this piece of white, and I could have done a piece for the inside. I don't really have an inside for this particular card. I could just grab another piece, but this is 3 3/4 by 5. I really like this size. I think it's a neat size to have. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to take my mint macaron. Now I'm using one of the older style stamp pads. It still has that foam. I went and accidentally mixed. I put the wrong color re-inker on there. So yeah, if you do that, you can scrape it off, but I just didn't want my mint macaron is quite green, quite dark. All right, so I'm just going to sponge a bit of a background here. So we'll just do that, and then we'll get our stamping done, and then we'll start putting our card together. This reminds me of the old-fashioned, I think it was called depression glass. I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure what's happening with that. Okay, so we've got a really good base on there. I'm going to save that for later because I'm going to need that again. Now let's, like I say, let's get our stamping done. I've gone ahead and I have made templates on my with my Stamparatus. And I find that this is the best way in order to do some stamping. So I've just got it set up that it's up right up in this corner here. And when I use templates, and of course I had this set up for this swap, and the reason being is I can make lots and lots of these cards and not have to worry too much about getting the placement and cutting properly. So this is really important. So I know that that's up in the corner. And so when I cut these, I can just cut a whole pile and get, I can get it a lot more out of there. Now, I think I've got another magnet on here, and I do. So if you're wondering how you make a template with your dies, I do have a video with that. So just make sure that you just go into my YouTube channel and you can just do the search there as well. All right, so I'm just going to do this in the mint macaron. So I'm doing the outline piece because I want that to be the darkest sort of on here. So I'm just going to go in here and I'm going to come in with my Chucky. Again, the Chucky, there's another video for this one as well, how to make your own one. Yes, depression glass, perfect. All right. Now I want that. It didn't stamp as well as I wanted it to. This is another reason why I really like to have this on here on the Stamparatus. Another thing is these are photopolymer stamp sets, so make sure that you've got that foam mat underneath here. Okay, let's see what that looks like. Not bad. Let's go again. Because we've got it on here, we can do it. So yeah, I'm very excited to see March the 1st, what the new online exclusives. They're not going to be coming out into a particular into any kind of a publication. So this is where you're going to be able to see what's online. I'll be sure to show you and tell you what's online as well. All right, so I then got this put up onto my top one here. And let's just go here. I sure hope by me using the Stamparatus lots that it's inspired you to take that out, dust it off, and take it out, because honestly, it's one of your handiest tools that you have. Love this chit chat about the weather. It's, like I say, it's fairly cold here. But we always get cold weather in February. I think that's with us being the semi-desert. We get very cold, some very cold winter things, and then we also get some very, okay, so I've got that done. Just going to let that dry off a bit. It'll go a little bit lighter. Now, I happen to have another template here, and this is for, ouch, ooh. You really have to be careful with these magnets. I'm lucky that that did not break. Now watch. I'm going to have a heck of a time getting that off apart. But because I use duct tape on here, I got that done. And boy, that really squeezed my finger. Holy moly. All right, so let's go ahead and take this one off. Ooh, that really hurt. And I then I put it on the other side, and it's just going to fit right in there as such. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have, let's see, I'm going to have a strawberry thing of ice cream. I'm going to have a white thing of ice cream, and then I'm also going to have a chocolate one. Let's go in and put that magnet back on there. Oh, I can't believe how much that hurt. These magnets are so strong. And it's interesting because there's even a warning on the outside of the box if you have a pacemaker. All right, so let's go here. I don't know if I'll get a blister or not. Oh, well, it's what it is, right? The hazards of stamping. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I cut out 3 of these. So I'm just going to come in here, and we'll use that Chucky again. Probably going to have to come in a couple of times. Oh my goodness. I haven't shoveled my driveway yet. I don't have that much out there. It's funny, I've got to tell you, I have this thought process that I should be able to, with my leaf blower, just go out it, because we have such dry snow that I should be able to go out and just blow it off. But of course, that doesn't quite work. I did try it in the back. Okay, so I'm going to come in once more. We're going to have some dark ice cream in there. Okay. Whoops. Just get that in there. Fine too. I went and I didn't store my Stamparatus plates, so mine warped a little bit. So I've got to work it a little tiny bit more. All right, so let's go in and let's take that off of there, and then I've got to quickly clean that. Got some baby wipes here, but I find that they're not as moist as what they should be. So what you can do too is take your stamping mist and just spray right onto your baby wipe. Mine have been around for a while because I like using my my scrubber. All right, so now I'll come in with early espresso. So we've got a pink one, I've got a white one, and I've got a chocolate one. Well, we haven't got the chocolate one yet, but all right, let's go in with our early espresso. All right. And this is going to be like double chocolate. Whoops, I didn't even get that stamped completely on the stamp. So I'm definitely going to have to go back in and use that. That's too bad. Let's just put that, make sure it's right up in the corner. And I'm going to come in and make sure I've got the whole stamp stamped. You know, the best way to actually ink your Stamparatus up, or with the ink spots, you can get the ink spots that are, you know what, I think I might get this better if I do it this way. The ink spots are smaller and you don't get this smudge on there. So let's see how that one is. Much better. All right, so just quickly clean that one off. Okay, so that's with the Stamparatus. And then let's see what we've got here. So I've got my ice cream thing. I have a pink one. So we're going to put the pink on there. I've got a white one. We're going to put white on there. And then I'm also going to do the chocolate on top there. Now, all of these things here, look, they've got a little slit in here where it's a slit. And in here is a straw. So I've actually done that ahead of time. And I'm just going to go in and let's put the straw just in on this part right here. Yeah, a green straw. Just I can't even get my glue off of there. So I'm just going to put a tiny bit of glue on there. And we're going to put this in here. All right. So has anybody got this stamp set or this bundle? This is so much fun. It's actually not our season for, obviously up here in Canada, it is not our season for ice cream, but hey, let's get in the mood for it because it could be summer anytime soon as far as I'm concerned. All right, so I'm just going to put this first one on here. Now, like I say, there's also one here that you could make it like an ice cream thing. I wanted it to be kind of like a float. But you could use a spoon on there as well. Maybe I should have used a spoon instead. We're going to leave it with a straw. I'm just going to put this one on as well. There we go. And now we can start putting that on there. Now on the thing here, we have a strip here. So this is from the Country Gingham, and I really like this. No, it's the mint macaron one. It has a really neat sweet sorbet on there as well. So let's bring this in. We're going to actually put this right across the bottom here. Just like that. And then see this part here is acting as this square. So we've really kind of changed it around a little bit. You know what? That probably should have been a spoon. Let me, I'll change that out afterwards. Now, another part that we have here, this is a piece of lattice that's just here. And I thought that's going to kind of add a bit of a different look onto the back. So I've gone ahead and on the back of this, I put some adhesive sheets on the back. Oh my goodness. There, it's coming. Just got to get that off. Can't see it on there. I can't see it on here. Let me just double check that. Whoops. You know, I think I grabbed the wrong one that didn't have the lattice on. So let me just take the lattice on this. Oh my goodness. How can it be that difficult? I have 3 of them done. So, and I know that it's on there because there. I know this one has the, I did 2 of them. There we go. Must have one that isn't on there. So this has a bit here and another strip there. Trying to think. That one didn't. In any event, we've got this now. And I just want this on here like so. It's just going to add a tiny bit of texture to the card. And now let's go ahead with the sticking that well. Going to have to go in and put a tiny bit more stick on here. It's I don't know why it's not sticking. So I put my Tombow glue into these little glue bottles. Now it looks like this one's not coming out. It needed to be primed. Let me grab another one. I had these for a class and there's quite a few people in the class, so it worked better to have these little ones here for them. All right, let me try this again. That adhesive, it must have been really old. I know I kind of went into my stash, so I'm just going to let that just sort of set for a second. We have this, so we're going to put dimensionals onto the back there. Okay, what's going on? What do you do with that lattice piece? Well, I guess I'm showing you what I'm doing with this. Yeah, these little bottles are really quite good. Like I say, I like the fact that it's a thin thing. That I find the liquid glue that's in our bottles, the Stampin' Up ones, it doesn't stick as well as, say, the Tombow glue. And Tombow glue is definitely my favorite. Okay, so let's go back and let's put this lattice on here. Like I say, I don't know why that didn't stick as well. In any event, we've got that there. We're going to go ahead and put this right on here. Just like that. Now I'm going to put this onto the card base. So like I say, a different way of doing this particular sketch, right? You don't have to do squares and everything else. You can actually use images to kind of make it look better. All right, so on this stamp set also are some pretty neat things. Wow, this is late for us, but you could do celebrate, life is sweeter with you, you're the cherry on top. I've taken this from my stylish shapes and I cut the smallest one. And yeah, I got to go ahead and I've got to emboss it just because it shows up better. And I'm going to use the celebrate. And I'm thinking that this isn't on here straight. I'm just going to move this off to the side so I can see from the camera. I probably should have had, you know what, I'm going to come in and I'm using my paper piercing mat because it is a photopolymer stamp set. I really like this lattice. This lattice could also work as far as if you wanted to have extra lattice on your cone. You could do something like that. All right, so I do have some white embossing powder. I must tell you that I did drop a good portion of this powder onto the floor. And what can you do? You can, well, I have carpet on my floor, so I had to just vacuum it up. That was quite disturbing. Oh my goodness, I've got something from, oh, I know, this is from the Rain or Shine. It was the bridge. I got stuck on, it must have been on my cut and emboss machine when I cut this out. There we go. I'd like to put that in just again. See if I can get that. And I've got a bit of a halo on there, so I just want to take that off. There we go. And I'll just heat set that. Now, because I did that, I'm going to make sure I've got the lid on my embossing powder. It's upsetting because, yeah. Anyways, we'll just do this. This will be quite easy. Oh, nice. Embossing. Very nice. I'm proud of you, Pam, for doing all that embossing. Like I say, this was a swap thing. All right, so this is going to go across here. So I'm going to put, look, I can take those off because those are, like I say, from the bridge off of the Rain or Shine for my in-person class tomorrow. There we go. Honestly, just get used to it because seriously, there are so many techniques. I haven't even hit half of the techniques that you can do with the embossing powder. Okay, so this is just going to go across here like so. And then what I thought I'd do, maybe close these things up, is also come in with some white twine that's from the Essential Twine Pack. I'm just going to go in and cut some of this. And I'm just going to do just a bow with that. So and the key with bows is to make sure that you tie them tight. I want those loops a little bit smaller, so I'm just going to do this. There we go. Now we're going to attach this with a glue dot, and I'm going to show you something else that we're going to do with the glue dot as well. So let's go in and get our... Okay, so we're just going to take it and roll it up and just put it on the back of this because it's so small. And then I'm just putting that right on there, and that's just going to add a bit there. Plus also, this is kind of freestanding, so I'm going to come back in with another glue dot, and I'm going to roll it, like do a long roll on it. And then I'm just going to stick this right behind here. This is going to kind of act like a bit of a dimensional, but get it so that that sticks down. Now, of course, Betty likes to be able to communicate with other card makers. Yes, that's the beauty of live, especially through YouTube. If it's not through YouTube, it's pretty hard sometimes, but it works okay. Have to have this set. Didn't originally pick. No, I know. You know what? This was one too that was not one on my radar. Okay, and of course, I love these iridescent rhinestones. So we're going to put those on there. They pick up the colors that we have on the card. So they'll pick up a bit of that green. I'm just going to go in and move this one up a little bit. There we go. There we go. All right. So there's our card. And I'll come back in with this sketch so you see. So I have my sentiment here. I have this little strip here. This piece here is acting as the image. So there's my sketch for that particular card. So it just shows you how you can start thinking a little bit outside of the box. I could have done a square with this with another layer on it and put another type of an image. A real flower image would look really, really pretty there. So there's lots of different things that you can do. Oh, there you go. Two of your daughters worked as ice cream things. Nice, nice. Awesome. Well, I'm glad. I'm glad you like that. To me, this is kind of a fun card. I've used it on a demonstration that I'd done with that blowing ink technique. That was kind of a fun thing. It showed like bubblegum type ice cream on there. In any event, okay, so what's happening? So don't forget, celebration is only good for what? 4 more days. 4? It's the 25th. Oh my goodness, it's 10 months till Christmas. So we have 26th, 27th, and 28th. So we had 3 more days of celebration. So 3.5 days actually. Don't forget, if you live in Canada, I'd love to be your demonstrator. And if you like this, give me the thumbs up. Share my video. That's the best form of a compliment that you could give me. Now, Monday, I will be doing, I'm debating whether or not if I'm going to do a 3D project on Monday or if I'm going to do a card or a fancy fold card. It's kind of up in the air because I have to kind of figure out what stamp set I'm going to use. And then that's what inspires me of what I'm going to, what particular one I'm going to do. So anyways, you guys have a great weekend. Don't forget, if you're free tonight, I'm doing my sip and stamp, bring your own stuff, and we have lots of laughs. We talk about a lot of movies. It seems that's it. We do have, a lot of times we have demonstrators from the Australia join us. So it's a lot of fun. And yeah, in any event, we share different projects that we're doing. I'm going to say it again. In any event, have a great weekend, and we will see you on Monday at 11 o'clock Pacific time. Bye for now.